everyone, and welcome back to more The Minish Cap. And in this episode we will be fusing our blade with the Elemental Sanctuary and going over to a new area. So how about I get my ocarina out and we walk to Hyrule Town. Before we go to the Elemental Sanctuary, there is one thing I want to do first. You know that we've got the flame lantern and we're able to light torches. We want to go back to Swiftblade that we saw in the dark. You know where Hyrule Castle is, and we have to go down this bit where I cut the grass. So we'll be going there first before we get a new sword. I mean, I might as well, it's local. So as you can see, the room is dark, and with our flame lantern, we'll be able to light it up. And we're going to hear the chime again. I think they really overdo it with that chime right there, or tune should I say, because it's mainly used for if you solve puzzles. I mean, this isn't really a puzzle as such. Again, you know, just like before, I'm going to skip most of the dialogue because pretty much it's not really needed. He's saying the same thing virtually except just about the new power, and I've already read it a couple of times and all that. I mean, I don't have to read every single bit of dialogue. Pretty much it's the Peril Beam like before, but instead we can do it when our hearts are full, instead of, you know, with one heart left. So whenever our hearts are full, we'll be able to shoot this beam at enemies to stun them and make life a bit easier, you know, to save us getting our boomerangs out and all that. But with that done, we should head onwards to the Elemental Sanctuary and get our next blade. Well, shall I say infuse the elements to get the next blade. You may notice this though. The entrance is blocked. By the order of the king, none shall pass. Now, be gone with you. So we need to find some way to get in, and yes, this is going to be just like in Ocarina of Time, where you have to sneak past the guards. This is honestly what I thought when I first did this game. I thought, this is very similar to Ocarina of Time, meaning you mustn't be caught. And it's a bit more difficult this time as well, as if you just like the slightest away from a corner, they'll be able to see you, so you want to make sure you hide yourself quite well. If you follow what I'm doing here, it should work. Although I'm kind of worried if I'm going to fail on this bit, but I guess we'll have to find out. So I want to sneak past this guard while he's not looking, and do the same here. One thing you want to do on this bit is wait for the guard to come back down, and then he'll turn around and walk back up, and when that guard looks away, you want to quickly move up there and hide yourself. But I failed to do so. Brilliant. Okay, let's try it again this time. So this time he's not going to be able to see me, and if you ask me, that bit's quite challenging. And don't worry if you stand there, because the guard at the bottom will not be able to look up. One thing I'd recommend though is this: do not go across here, because there is a guard and it will spot you and you'll be thrown back at the beginning. Instead, how about we cut this grass? I cut all of it for some reason, and go down. And if you've played Link to the Past, or let's just say listen to the music, does this theme sound familiar to you? Yeah, this is basically a remastered version of the cave theme in A Link to the Past. So again, you know where I was saying Minish Cap will have like these remakes and remasterings of classic Zelda songs? This is another one here that's quite good. Although yeah, that's pretty much how we get into Hyrule Castle. Not really that good guarding, is it, if you're just going to do that? But still. How about we just go into the Elemental Sanctuary and fuse our blade with the Kingstones. No, sorry, no, not with the Kingstones. With the elements. Don't know why I thought of Kingstones. And the door locks for some reason. That's weird. Pretty inconvenient as well. And instead our blade is blue. The power of the water element has infused your blade. The power of this element allows you to split into 3 copies. So instead of just copying ourselves into 2, we can now make ourselves into 3. It's a freezer. Okay, no, I'm not going to say that because that's just inappropriate. Good thing I didn't really say it either. But yeah, since we can make ourselves into 3 copies, we are now able to access a new area. But before we do that, there are a couple of things I want to do first that will make life a lot easier in the game. So I want to head back outside through this cave, which honestly wasn't very good. If it was me trying to stop people going in the castle, I would just, you know, put a lock over it instead of just covering it with a pile of grass, because that's not really good guarding if you ask me. And instead of making my way all the way back, how about I just talk to them? Hey you, none may enter. I just did. Didn't you see me? Why do you think I'm all the way up here? Why do you think the grass is cut? Surely they would have thought, oh, he's already been. Never mind. But still. For some reason, I don't know how this happens, but it's quite useful. Once we've infused our blade... What? I don't know what happened there. This will trigger a lot of Kingstone fusions in Minish Woods. So how about we head there and make our way to Minish Village. The first one we want to do is fuse Kingstones with Gentari, right here. Because this will trigger something that's optional. You don't have to do it. Like I said, most of these Kingstone fusions are optional, but it'll make life a bit easier, and this is another thing I found out after I completed the game first time. Seriously, it's like I tried to complete the game without one bit of handiness from items or something, I don't know. Why did I word it like that? You know what would be great? A bomb that went off only when you wanted. Actually, I think I could probably make one with just a few minor tweaks. I was about to say twerk then. That was weird. So basically what we want to do is head over to the house where we got our bombs, because he'll upgrade them for us. So as you can see, at last, it's complete. The remote bomb. It blows up whenever you want. If you ever need normal bombs again, just trade me back for them. So, want to trade for remote bombs? Indeed we will, because that'll make life a lot easier. Pretty much all you do is you press the button to place a bomb, when you press it again it will detonate. So basically you can choose to blow up them at your own time and all that. But since we've used Kingstones with Gentari, how about we fuse Kingstones with this Minish as well, and see what happens. A chest will appear in Wind Ruins. So, let's head over there. Once I've grabbed myself back, I was about to use my Ocarina of them when I was a Minish, but that wouldn't work. It would be too big for me to carry. Oh great, I gotta take out this spin again. Brilliant. Okay, after about a minute of me trying to get there, we find a big bomb bag. This will allow us to carry 99 bombs. So we just got remote bombs and now we've got a bigger bomb bag. This definitely helps us with how many bombs we have. And it'll make it a bit easier later because we're going to be using bombs a lot later in the adventure actually. Especially in the next dungeon. But I'll get onto that a bit later. And honestly, on this bit, I would suggest doing this. If you find that you're low on rupees and mysterious shells, just keep thrashing around in the grass in a bit and you should stumble across something. But I'm only going to do it this once as, you know, I don't want to be here all day trying to do this and all that. But still. With that, we want to go into Hyrule Town now and make our way to a new area. And honestly, it's a little bit of backtracking, because it's the same area that where I bombed these things and entered this cave to go down and get a piece of heart. And as you can see, there's 3 tiles, and since we can duplicate ourselves into 2 copies, how about we do that and see where it takes us. And honestly, this was really easy to find. When I did this first time, for some reason I knew where to go. Literally, I didn't use a walkthrough or anything when trying to find this. I was just playing around and then stumbled across this and thought, oh, there's something I can use the 3 duplicates for. And then I just got here. So how about we see what area it is. Meets the Royal Valley. So, what do you think, Link? Pretty dark and spooky, isn't it? Makes you want to cry, doesn't it? What? You're not scared? Well, good. Neither am I. Huh? So, come on, let's go. I can tell he's a bit scared there. But honestly, this soundtrack here for this area is quite spooky if you ask me. And we've stumbled across these new enemies. These are guineas. They're really annoying. They're the ones that I fought in Zelda NES near the graveyard. So they make a bit of a return in Minish Cap. It's nice to see that. But one thing we want to do in this Royal Valley is bomb this with our new bombs that detonate any time we want, and into this cave because for some reason why is there a fairy fountain in the Royal Valley? Of all the places where, you know, a happy place can be, it chooses the most depressing and spooky place in the game. It's a bit weird. Welcome to the adventurous spring. I don't know why the fairy sounded like that then. Would you tell me of the things you've seen on your adventures? Yeah, sure, why not? The first element you found was the fire element, was it not? No, actually, I think it was the earth element from Deepwood Shrine. Yes, I see. Now for the next question. Your grandfather's name is Smee, isn't it? No, not really, it's Master Smith. Yes, I see. Now for the next question. Malari of Mount Crenel has 7 apprentices, does he not? I think so, yeah, I'm gonna go for yes on this one. Oh, I got it right. That's pretty cool. The Blabbernut gives one the ability to understand the Minish, does it not? No, that's the Jabbernut, I think, not the Blabbernut, because that doesn't exist. I see. The robe of the current King of Hyrule, Dultus, is white, is it not? No, it's red. If it was white, it would look really out of place. I see. Thank you for telling me about your quest. You remember it all so well. Yeah, I can just look at the previous episodes and it's not that hard. Such a faithful memory should be rewarded with some of my power. So that we get a larger quiver, now I can carry up to the maximum of 99 arrows as well. So pretty much 99 bombs and 99 arrows. I think that's enough of 99 for today. And if you answer the questions wrong, what she'll do is she'll say, "You've lied to me," and she'll decrease your number of arrows to 0. So that's pretty nice. But pretty much in this area, we're just going to encounter these crows and guineas, and come across this puzzle. And I want to get out of that. If at any point they try to grab you and lick you, I don't know why they lick you, just keep pressing up and down or left and right on your D-pad, and you should make it out. And oh boy, I'm going to go through this puzzle. Brilliant. What this will be is similar to if you played somewhere like Lost Woods. Because pretty much there'll be these exits, and if you take the run one, you'll be taken back to the beginning. So here it says up. And we want to find the other sign, and I keep getting caught by these things. This is annoying. Look how many hearts I've lost from these things. I hope I don't do it anymore. But still, if I find the other sign, I don't know why I said that. I've got to go left. And pretty much you've got to follow the signs from where to go, but they're not just going to tell you exactly where to go, like up, left, right, down, because this one will say this. Same as before. So that was left, so we want to be careful with what we're taking. Same as the beginning. Okay, the beginning was up, so how about we go up this time? Although on the next one it will just say right. I'm just going to avoid the guineas because I'm losing way too much hearts with this. And this is one that always got me. Same as 2 before. 2 before. That was right and then up. Oh, okay. So we got to go up. You stop catching me. Good grief. But yeah, pretty much you just got to go up. And we are here. And these guineas again. Brilliant. Seriously. At least I didn't get caught that time. But still. We just want to make our way around and into this house for some reason. And inside we will meet Dumpy. My name's Dumpy. I'm the gravedigger here. Okay. What's that? You were called here by the ghost of a king? That be the ancient king of Hyrule who rests here. I've seen him myself. Well, if the king has called you, I can't see any reason not to let you in. Here, take this graveyard key. You got the graveyard key. Now you can open the graveyard gate. So, we got the key and now we're able to go out into the graveyard, basically. Although when we go out, this is probably the dumbest thing Link's going to do in the game. Look, he could have dodged that, and with that, it steals the key. I just found that a bit weird, like Link just steps out and suddenly gets hit by a crow. So he can defeat bosses, he can clear temples, but when he sees a crow snatch a key, it's just hopeless. What's that with that? What's with that crow? He up and flew off with the graveyard key. He up and flew off. Okay. Charge after him, get that key. And when he says charge, he quite literally means charge with the Pegasus boots. To make it a bit easier though, I want to use the flame lantern and replace it with my sword, so I can use both of them this time. Because you don't really need your sword in order to get past this place. Will you get off me, giddy? So pretty much, you know, all you got to do is just dash into the tree and collect the key. That rhymes. So, you managed to get the key back? Keep a tighter grip on it this time. Yes, definitely. At least now you can get to the graveyard. Yeah, that's true. What the... Oh yeah. I was trying to press the C button. Well, not really the C, the B button to use my use my lantern. But it didn't really work for some reason. That was weird. I'll open the gate for you. Be careful in there. Yeah, we will, Dumpy. Don't worry, I've got the hang of this. And luckily the place goes light again, so I don't have to use my torch. That was slightly annoying. You want to fuse Kingstones? I'm on it. Yeah, I've just met you. And I just suddenly want to fuse Kingstones with a stranger. And why is it a ghost? Seriously, why would Link think this? Think, oh, there's a ghost. I'm going to fuse Kingstones with it. This will trigger a thing, though, that I need to show later, but I might show in the bonus video. This is basically the treasure chest shop that you can use to win prizes, but I don't really need it to complete the game and all that. And it's just a little fun thing to do if you're low on rupees and all that. And this Kingstone fusion will make it more challenging, so that hasn't really helped. But at least it will be more challenging, because like I said, I like challenging games and all that. But still. What we want to do though is this. For some reason we are going to go inside a grave. Seriously, Link is really nasty sometimes. And acquire a piece of heart. Yeah. Why is there a piece of heart in the grave? I mean, surely Link could have thought, it's a grave. There's probably somebody dead inside. There's a piece of heart. I'm going to take it. I mean, that could be someone's heart. It's like, you know, digging up the piece of heart in Ocarina of Time with Dunpei. I find that one really sick. But still, I mean, it's just a game. It doesn't really matter. Although pretty much what we want to do is kill these rocks. Well, can't really kill a rock, but, you know, knock them out of the way. And duplicate ourselves to access the next area. And honestly, this bit is really difficult. You want to try and get them through there. Although, to be honest, I did it kind of wrong. So, let's do it right this time. I want to head the other way. For some reason, I thought I had to go this way. And honestly, even though trying to get through here is pretty difficult. How do I honestly get past this? I'm kind of stuck at the moment. Great, this is brilliant. Okay, so I want to try this again this time, and, ah, okay, or I could just... Oh, great. Come on. And there we go. Basically just step on these 3 switches, and that will cause the grave to open. So yeah, we're going to go enter another grave. We're pretty sick in this episode. And we find the Royal Crypt. It may be the Royal Crypt, but graves are creepy no matter whose they are. Where are we supposed to go to meet this King Gustav anyway? I'm not sure I even want to anymore. Should we just go somewhere less creepy? And honestly, we will progress on, but the episode's gone on long enough, and I want to exit before I get captured by those enemies. And we're going to end the episode off here, I reckon. So, in the next episode of the Minish Cap, we will be going into the Royal Crypt and finding King Gustav. So, take care guys, and I'll see you in the next one.